right here for my WWE Night of Champions 2013 pay-per-view review. And for those of you who have checked out my actual predictions on the actual Fortminorproject channel, well, here I'm going to be giving you guys my review. And I'm going to start things off here with the first match that we did get, and that one was the Tag Team Turmoil match, which starting things off the number one contenders match. And we didn't get to see a Tag Team Turmoil since 2010 Night of Champions, and in this one we had the Real Americans, we had the Usos, we had the Primetime Players, Tons of Funk, and as well 3 and B, all in this one. And even though it was kind of more fast paced, it made it still enjoyable for the amount of time that this match was given. So I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a great match. I liked the concept. I've loved it ever since WrestleMania 20, where we first seen that, and it was really cool. And in the end, who did win? Well, that was the Primetime Players, getting millions of dollars. And let's see what's going to be happening with them. And it looks like, I hope, for me, that the Primetime Players are looking to be definitely champions soon. Did they exactly get it? Well, I will let you guys know on the review as time goes on, for those of you who did not see it. But for this match, I thought it was a good match and a nice way to start things off for the pre-show. One of the better pre-shows and the preview that I've seen for a while, barring none. To start things off officially for the overall pay-per-view, we have Triple H coming out, and he did come out and cut a promo, and with the promo, he basically just talked about what was going on for most of the night, and as well, Paul Heyman was able to come out and try and weasel out of his match. He didn't want to be able to face CM Punk and then have CM Punk get his revenge, and he almost got that, but it didn't really go to any avail, and Triple H was not in the mood. And almost in the way, kind of seemed like that Triple H was in the way. Some ways I thought that he was playing a little bit of the babyface role, but of course he's still a heel. So it was just both the heels, having a little disagreement there. And in the end, we had Curtis Axel, with him being able to defend his Intercontinental Championship, which was not originally on the line, but after all that, with Paul Heyman coming out and everything, and kind of pissing Triple H off, that's how we were able to have that, and to have Kofi Kingston and as well Curtis Axel go at it for the IC Championship. I was kind of wondering what was going on with Kofi Kingston, since he was on the Night of Champions poster. I didn't know what the hell was going to be happening with him, and then now we got that, and then that's how we were able to have that match due to that promo. So I didn't really care for the promo that much. I don't really like them on pay-per-views, but for that, it did serve its purpose, and in the end, Curtis Axel was able to retain his Intercontinental Championship, where Kofi Kingston almost got the win. So I'm glad Curtis Axel was able to retain his championship. And Kofi Kingston, to me, I think should be more in the main event spot and not be in the mid card, since he's won the Intercontinental Championship for about 4 times already, and I think he can do other things if WWE just gives him something to do. I think that would be fine for Kofi Kingston, and maybe we'll get to see what's next for him. But in the end, that's what we did have for the first match. So I thought it was a great match to start things off overall, and starting things off in a good way with that. So I thought that was fine for the IC Championship. Next match, we had the Divas Championship on the line. Of course, it was a Fatal 4-Way match, and with this one, I thought it was actually pretty good. Not half bad for what it was worth, and the Divas actually did their best here. And with this one, we had AJ Lee, Natalya, Brie Bella, and as well Naomi. At one point, Natty was almost going to get the win. I was hoping she was going to get that double sharpshooter that she almost had applied to the best that she could on Naomi and Brie Bella. I thought that would have been a nice fucking finish, but we didn't get that. AJ Lee came in, and then she had right into the Black Widow and headed right to Natty, and then that's where she made Natty's tap out, and that was really fucking crazy. I almost thought Natty was almost going to get out of that move, but she didn't. She tried her best, and then eventually things didn't go so well, and she tapped out, and AJ Lee is still the Divas champion, and I'm actually really okay with this. I actually do like AJ Lee as champion. I wouldn't have mind Natty or as well Naomi getting the win, but either way, I'm fine with this. So it looks like it's going to continue the storyline, and we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, next month we'll get Natalia and as well AJ Lee for the Divas Championship. I would love to see that as a singles match. Just to see those two go toe to toe, I think it would be really damn awesome. That's just me how I feel about it. So there you have it with AJ Lee retaining her Divas title. Next match, we got into the World Heavyweight Championship match where we had Alberto Del Rio and Rob Van Dam, which I thought was a great match overall, but the ending I really did not care about, and we really did not need that. We did have Rob Van Dam defeating Alberto Del Rio, but not the way exactly he wanted to. Alberto Del Rio got a submission maneuver, the cross arm breaker, and where he held it on really tightly, but we did have the rope break and as well Alberto Del Rio just held that move locked in there, and that's what forced the disqualification, and Rob Van Dam winning that way due to disqualification, and in the end he did get the last laugh after Alberto Del Rio just really annihilated him and tried to take him out the best that he could. Rob Van Dam at times almost winning the match, and I would have not mind if Rob Van Dam was able to get his win and become World Heavyweight Champion. He's never won the world title before, and it was in his home area, so it kind of didn't make sense, but we didn't get to see that. So Alberto Del Rio is still the World Heavyweight Champion, and Ricardo Rodriguez, I thought he was going to turn on Rob Van Dam and side with Alberto Del Rio again. I guess WWE is going to be holding on just a little bit longer for that. I really wish that would have happened at the pay-per-view, since it really does seem a little bit funny having Ricardo with Rob Van Dam. It doesn't really fit, especially how Ricardo always announces Rob Van Dam now, and how he used to announce for Alberto Del Rio. With him and Alberto Del Rio, they were a team, and it made sense, and there was a lot more better. So hopefully this won't last too long with the pairing with Ricardo and Rob Van Dam, but nonetheless, it looks like we might see a rematch at WWE Battleground, which I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen, but there you have it with that. The match overall, I did enjoy, and both guys did their best, but the ending I didn't really care for, but it is what it is when it comes to that, so Alberto Del Rio still retains. Then with the next match, which wasn't about championships whatsoever, I didn't really care about it, and it was an okay match where we had The Miz and Fandango. We've seen these two lately go kind of head to head, but not really that much in competition. I believe we've seen them in a tag team match, and it's been kind of in a way building up for quite some time now. And this means, at least to me anyway, that I think it would be over, and hopefully we won't get to see it for a little while, but if it does happen, I don't really care for that, and one of my least favorite feuds as of right now. And with this being said, we had The Miz defeating Fandango with the figure four lock. Hopefully it won't continue into Battleground. It should have been saved for Battleground, or at least an episode of Raw, but it is what it is, and hopefully The Miz will move on to better things. And I don't really care for him using the figure four leg like that much. I wish the Skull Crusher finale would be brought back, and maybe The Miz be doing some other stuff and being in the main event again, since it's been a while too. And same thing for Fandango. Hopefully he'll get into like the mid cards and stay more in upper mid card status, and I think that'd be fine, and continue to build Fandango in different ways. So hopefully after with all this, hopefully with this feud it's done, and then that'll be the end of it. So there you have it there. Next, we had the United States Championship, which was on the line. That's why this championship match was able to happen. Thank God it was able to. And we had Dean Ambrose taking on Dolph Ziggler, which I thought it was a great match, even though the build-up hasn't been that much good, but it could have been a lot more better, and it just kind of randomly happened, and it could have been built up just a little bit more. But I hope with this feud that's been going on, I hope it does continue, because those two tell a good story, and I like what's been going on with them. So hopefully we get more explanations on what's really going on and everything. And this to me has been built up because Dolph Ziggler has been trying to defeat the Shield and everything, and with all the problems that he's going through right now, he's still looking to make a name for himself and eventually go back to the main event and everything like that. So with that being said, these two put on a great back and forth matchup, and Dolph Ziggler tried his best. He almost kind of won, but Dean Ambrose was able to retain the United States Championship, and we'll see what happens going into Battleground and everything like that. So I'm actually happy with this move, and there you have it there. Next match, we had the World Tag Team titles on the line, which I thought was a great match between the Primetime Players and as well the Shields Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in this one, and a really great part on both teams here. And I thought both of them did a great job, and the primetime players look hella strong here. And I'm sure maybe we might get to see the primetime players win the World Tag Team Championship sometime down the road. If not, maybe the Usos might get the next shot again and try and be up there as well. So only time will tell what's going to happen for the next pay-per-view and everything. So the Shield still remaining strong and still the World Tag Team Champions. And we'll see who will be able to defeat the Shield and actually stop them and dethrone them. It's really making it impossible to see who really is going to be doing that. So we'll see what happens. So there you have it there with that match. Yes, 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 yes. I cannot stress that enough. Then we get into the WWE Championship main event match between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, which I thought was a great match overall. And with this, yes, Daniel Bryan was able to get his win and become WWE Champion, and he was able to make Randy Orton get defeated here. And with this one, we did have a fast ref count, so what the question is, what's going to be happening on Monday? Is Daniel Bryan going to still remain champion? I really hope so. So there might be something going on with that, and I hope Triple H doesn't really mess with Daniel Bryan that much. I would like to have at least Daniel Bryan keep the championship until Battleground, and we'll see what happens. But I did enjoy the main event for what it was, and it was cool that we didn't get any interferences with that, and we just had a legit singles match. So I still enjoy it, but the question is, what's going to be happening with Daniel Bryan and what was up with that fast ref count? And maybe we'll get some answers going into Monday, but I'm still happy with the moment that Daniel Bryan was able to have, and that's what we should have got at SummerSlam, but we had the Randy Orton cash in, and that's what led into his championship win with Daniel Bryan's championship win, of course. And we'll see where this goes. Hopefully, Daniel Bryan will be able to stay champion for longer than what we could expect. And I think this is really cool that Daniel Bryan finally gets his moment and finally gets a win over the Corporation 2.0. And there you have it with that. So overall, I thought it was a good pay-per-view, and I thought it was worth the money for what it was. There was like only two things I didn't really care for, but that's really about it. So let me know what you guys thought. So overall, on Night of Champions, how did you feel about it? What you liked and what you didn't like? I would say leave a video response, but we can't really do that at all anymore on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with the whole no longer us having being able to have video responses, but it is what it is, and it's not really a big issue. So leave your comments down below. Go follow me on Twitter at DavidRivera1989.